My name is Joey Evans, and this is my Joburg. Well, Dakar, it's the race. At the end of the day, it's the toughest motorcycle race in the world. It's 12 days, 9,000 kilometers, which is the length of Africa plus 1,000 Ks. So it's just an incredibly long time. One day on the 13th of October 2007, I lined up for the start of a hare scramble in Heidelberg, and that was the last thing I remember. And the next thing I remember, I woke up looking at the sky with people around me. I'd clearly been unconscious. And as I woke up, I realized I'd broken a lot of my teeth, which I was spitting out, and the medics were there. And I said to the paramedic, I said, man, I can't feel my legs, and that was when we all realized something was seriously wrong. I was transported to a number of different hospitals and ended up at the Mealmed Hospital in Pretoria. And I'd been diagnosed as having a T8, T9 spinal cord injury, which was originally thought to be complete. In other words, paraplegic and no hope of recovery, at the time. And as things went along, we ended up fusing my back, and I started to get just a little bit here, a little bit there. I was obviously re-diagnosed as an incomplete spinal cord injury, and I was fortunate enough to make a relatively good recovery where I can now walk. It's taken 9 years to get to where we are now. The first year after the injury was definitely the hardest, because you're trying to come to terms with this new body, with the way things are working. There's a lot of complications with spinal cord injuries. You first come to accept it, but you know you can make it better, and it takes a lot of work. I've been doing physio just about every week for 9 years, and there's been a lot of little battles won along the way. Some of the most notable times was the first time I wanted to ride again. A couple years after the accident, I was walking, but obviously pretty wobbly still, and I kind of threw my leg over my buddy's bike, and I just fell right over with the bike on top of me, and the usual banter and mocking, and they picked the bike up off me, and then helped me get on. Then I rode, and I'd have to stop next to them so they could help me off the bike again. So we did that, but I then found my passion, and then I was like, yeah, this is me again, because now I can ride. I'm moving around freely. I'm riding along paths and climbs, and it's like I'm able-bodied again. And so it just really ignited the spark. Funding's a big thing, because it's one of these things where Dakar is the dream, but it's horrendously expensive because of all the logistics, what it entails, getting over there, getting bikes over there, getting support, having a mechanic, having a 4x4 truck with your mechanic that follows you, works on your bike each night. It's a massive thing, in excess of R1 million to do in essence a 2-week race. But being my dream, and something that's motivated me to get better for 9 years, and to overcome these physical challenges. I'm not at the point where I'm going to let money get in the way now. I've used obviously a lot of my own money I've used all my own money to get this far, and I'm pretty much at the end of what I can borrow and what I can get access to, and so we need to get it. But if we don't, we'll loan the money. Come 2nd of January, I'm on the start line, and I'm all in on this dream. And I think that if anyone has a dream, don't let things stand in your way, no matter what people tell you. I had a dream to do Dakar, lying in bed paralyzed, and here I am, just a few short months away from being on that start line. And so you can do it, no matter what it is.